Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is. Thank you for being here. Today, for our CSAT English prep, we are going to be into the multiple choice paper. I hope that's good news because that means you do not have to do a lot of writing today. So, yay. However, it does mean that you have to get really analytical, right? The multiple choice paper is made up of 60 multiple choice questions. And I know that that probably just sounds really easy off the bat, but a huge portion of that is poetry. Those of you who've been with me would know that I'm always saying get those English literature skills up, get those English literature, skills up because those skills are going to be of a great help to you in the multiple choice paper. Today, I got the laptop off to the side, so I don't know how this can look. But anyhow, today we are working from the January 2017 paper, and I will take today to break down the poetry aspect of the paper. So we're doing poetry at least for this first part. Now, when you are doing poetry, you have to really be analytical, as I said, because you need to be able to break that poem into understanding what's the general storyline, but then at the same time, you need to break that down again into the mood and tone, meaning what is the emotion that you see being manifested here, and you must also look at the techniques. What techniques do you see being used? Are you seeing repetition? Are you seeing metaphor, alliteration, assonance, similes? And the list goes on, right? So you have to be really on top of those things, right? You must also be able to identify the speaker, or who we call the persona, and I do not mean the author. That's different. So, for example, if I wrote a poem, I'm the poet, right? But the persona I could take on the persona of a man, right? I could take on the persona of a teacher. I could take on the persona of a little boy. I could take on the persona of a little girl, a black woman, a white woman, and the list goes on. So the persona is when I tell my story, who am I in this story, or who am I pretending to be within the context of the particular poem. Today we're looking at a short one, and it is called A Bad Day. Who is it by? Cynthia Wilson. It's by Cynthia Wilson. And as we do our poem, remember we are looking and we are listening for what's wrong? What's the story being told? What's the conflict? Does she overcome the conflict? So let's break it down. I'm actually going to put the laptop on this other side. I think that's better. Okay. A Bad Day by Cynthia Wilson. I cannot smile today, nor be pleasant today. I do not like people today, and particularly hate children today. Today, I am sad. Today, I am mad at everybody and everything. I hurt today. I can't love today, nor see beauty today. I wish the wind away. No, I can't be happy today. I looked down the future today and began to die today. Yikes. The truth is, it is a heavier, sorry, that's the end. But yeah, so the truth is that it is a heavier poem. It is a little dark. There is a sense of depression to it. There is a sense of deep unhappiness to it. So off the bat, you do not have to be guessing about the mood or tone of this poem, because straight up, my girl says that she's unhappy. Nothing good. Nothing good in her mind today. As it relates to techniques, so remember, so far with the mood, we see very sad, we see unhappy. Don't use the word sad. Sad is a baby word. Sorry, use the word somber. Okay, it's a very somber mood. It's almost a very depressing mood. But yeah, as it relates to the techniques, what technique did you hear? Think for a second. What technique did you hear? I'm hoping that you said repetition. Today, today, today. And I think the today part is important because it does not mean that this is who she is all the time. In fact, the title of the poem is A Bad Day. So to me, she is really emphasizing that for some reason today, this is how I feel right now in this moment. So she's looking at the present, and for right now, she says, for right now, I hate children. Oh, yikes, yikes, yikes. My girl said I hate children, you know? All right, so we see techniques of heavy repetition. We also see some metaphor or personification when she says, I looked down the future. So yeah, that's a metaphor because of course we cannot physically look at the future, but what we're sensing is that whatever she thinks is going to happen for her, she does not feel like it's anything good, and to the point that she says, I began to die today. So that's the mood. That is the technique. The conflict that we see being faced is that there's something negative. There's something negative happening or that she believes will happen to her in the future. In terms of the rhyme scheme, we are seeing there is some rhyming in there. There's a lot of rhyming with the A sound. Today, today, away, etc. But there's also today I am sad, today I am mad. So there is a rhyme scheme in there. Okay, so that's just an example of how you can break down the poem, and we are going to get into the paper and we will begin with A Bad Day. So please get your paper open, your PDF copy, and let's begin.